Third evaluator. This morning, our third evaluator has been a member of the Articulators Club for 9 years and has seen many changes within the club. An integral part of Toastmasters is evaluations. This is the process that allows us to understand our barriers to being a dynamic speaker. It is Michelle's privilege this morning to evaluate Desmond. Please help me welcome ATM Gold and our new Area 42 Governor, Michelle Dedlap.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Desmond. Desmond does like to speak about politically incorrect. There was a confession here this morning. Now, how can you argue with Veritas? But the objective today was to appeal to us and to persuade us, and maybe in another direction. One of the things that Desmond did is brought a lot of facts to the table, the foundation of our country. And not everybody knew, the things that you shared. So it was very, very good information. But one of the issues that you have when you bring politics and religion into a room full of people is you really don't know where they originally stood. So it's difficult to appeal to the person where they are today, who they could either agree with you or completely disagree with your point of view and pretty much shut you out. Now, in a Toastmasters setting, it's more of an educational process, so we are taught to listen. So then comes the objective, persuade. I thought you did a really good job of bringing facts to the table. You used language that was very easy to understand, not a lot of the time period type language, since you were going back to the origination of our country. It would have been helpful with visual aids, and that was one of the questions. Did you have a visual aid? I don't want to believe, if the Bible was your visual aid, and I don't know what to suggest. I think something would have been helpful to help us to understand where you were starting and where you wanted us to be. And I wish I had a suggestion for you, and if anybody else does as they listen to a speech, bring that to Bob's attention. Because a lot of times when you bring a lot of information to a group, it is hard to follow. And even though you used the right language, you did a good job of explaining democracy, anarchy, things like that. I mean, these are terms that we've all heard our entire life, but a little definition is nice. And you did a great job of doing that. I did like, towards the end, how you mentioned voting for the candidates that represent our original set of beliefs. And we get so tied up in what is going on in today that we don't tap it in personally. So I thought that was very, very good advice. And if that was your line to motivate us or to persuade us to go in that direction, then you did it with me. I had not considered that. I look at what is on the ballot and I look to see, anyways, it doesn't matter what I look at. Another suggestion I have is to, as you create your opening, Desmond, tie in your closing with the opening, because that'll bring us back to the original place. When you're opening up your speech, that's where you lay the foundation, and then you present your facts, and then you have your closing. And by tying those two together, we then see how full circle we went. Does that make sense? But I do think that you give us wonderful information. You always have a topic that causes us to think, which I appreciate. And you definitely don't use fluffy topics. You always bring us some good meat and potatoes. So thank you.